Hello, hello. This is your girl, the T. Welcome to episode number 3 of 1010 Wins, where I talk to you about tips and tricks of things that'll make you your most productive self. So earlier this week, February 1st, we decided to launch 1010 Wins. Super stoked and excited to be able to share some resources with you. Again, I am the T, where no resource is untapped. And I wanted to talk to you about things that through the years I've accumulated that have helped not only myself but my team and the teams that I support be the best version of themselves. And tonight we're going to talk about time management strategies. So this one is near and dear to my heart, and I want to share some things that actually work for me. Time and time management, in my opinion, time is the most precious thing that we have next to our family and our faith. Time management is right at the top of the list for me. So we have to protect it, right? So we have to protect it and make sure that we are our most productive selves. So I'm going to go over with you some effective strategies that I've used throughout the years. So one of the things that I want to tell you is through this process is to be forgiving with yourself. We are in a global pandemic. There's a lot of different things happening. You hear constantly on social media that people are saying to take care of your mental and your mental health. I give you my word that being protective over your time and time management will help to alleviate some of the anxieties that come, with just doing mundane tasks. When you allocate and give things a designated time, space, to get accomplished, then you start to feel a little better. And it also builds a lot of confidence once you've mastered this task. So we're going to kind of delve right into it. One of the tools that I use is just a drafted piece of paper. It's a template that you can use that gives you 1 week at a time. My planning days are on Sundays. I enjoy my Sundays being dedicated to making the plan for myself, my children, my business. Everything gets done on Sunday for me, and I make it a non-negotiable. And that's something else that you want to do when it comes to your time. You want to create boundaries, and you want to make things that are, non-negotiable. So for me, Sundays are my planning days. And throughout the course of the week, I keep a journal where I just jot down the different things and tasks that need to be accomplished. And some people call it a brain dump or just journaling or whatever the case may be. But on Sunday, I take that typical general template sheet of paper that's Monday through Sunday, and I like the one that has it by 15 minutes, and we'll get into different tactics and sales tactics later on, but I like the calendar that outlines your time in 15-minute intervals. And you want to plan out your day. So what I would recommend is print out a template, and we're going back to basics. So print out your template, get a pen and some highlighters. Now I say a pen because there's something about a commitment, that pen offers you. When you write something in ink, you're more likely to want to stick to it. Something that happens in your mind. You don't want to erase it. I mean, you could always cross it off or do it again or start with a different plan, but you want to be able to put that pen to pad. And then your highlighters. So when you're looking at your plan for that particular week, you want to put in the things that happen all the time, those consistent events that happen. So if you work a 9 to 5, you want to pen in Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If you have, and you're working on your spirit and spirituality, and you want to do devotional times a certain time of the day, or if it's 5 o'clock in the morning, you want to put that in. So I would recommend highly that you put your work time and, like, let's just say blue highlight, or your spirituality time, your devotional time, your reading time, your personal development time in yellow. Whatever the colors that you designate, whether it's something for your business. And then you start to take that list that you've accumulated from your brain dump, and you start to plug in times. How long does it take for me to walk 2 miles? An hour and a half. Okay, great. So then as you're looking at your calendar, your plan for the week, where do I have an hour and a half dedicated where I can do my walk, take my shower after, so you're going to need like 2 hours of time for that. And then you'll be able to plug and play into this calendar, almost like a puzzle. So you want to do that. Other things that I would strongly recommend when you're looking at your time is a prioritization of what needs to happen first. So you can look at that brain dump after you've already allocated how much time it's going to take for each task and determine which of these tasks need to be done on what day. Like, what's the sense of urgency? Does something need to take priority over something else? And then just make sure that you have the time situated, to take care of those tasks. Other things that I would include in that, especially if you're in, a sales or service capacity, studies show that employees are only productive, or their most productive selves, for about 3.75 to 4 hours out of the day. So during that time, I would highly recommend that you schedule power hours for specific calls. So where you have very limited distractions. During those time periods, I would also highly recommend that you refrain from multitasking during those times. Not to say that multitasking isn't something that you can't do, but just during that time where you're attempting to be your most productive self, not to multitask and to stay on task and limit distractions. Utilize different time management tools. For instance, once you've planned it out on paper and your highlighters and you've made it all per day, then you want to transpose that into a calendar. Again, that data entry is going to take you no time flat once you've got the system in place. So transpose that information. I like to use the Google Calendar, and I'll tell you why. So your Google Calendar can sync with multiple different things. If you use Outlook, your Google Calendar can sync with your Outlook. For those of us who are entrepreneurs, most of the proprietary software that's out there integrates with, your Google Calendar. If you're using Calendly, your bookings can then sync to your calendar. If you're using Facebook for booking, Vagaro, whatever the software it is that you're looking to utilize, it syncs with your Google Calendar, so it works seamlessly. And I like the Microsoft Office products. And that's just, personal preference, right? But you have those kind of things. It's something that, can easily be synced between your cell phone and your home device. Your emails can, if there is a particular email that you received that you needed to do a task, it can be uploaded into your calendar as well. So utilize the technology and the tools that will be able to help you with time management as well. We talked about multitasking, and then to determine your most productive times. When are you most effective? For me, it's right at the top of the morning. So I want to be bright and early. I get the things done. Sometimes you have to reprioritize what your tasks are. I would also designate some time where you make time for emails or respond to, different text messages, and put time in there to actually write out notes or talk to people who are near and dear to you. Okay. Also, you want to use a timer or an alarm. So if we've already allocated how long it's going to take to do these tasks, we'll make sure that you stay on task by, putting a timer in there. Also, create time for yourself. You need time to breathe. You need time to do meditation and those kind of things to keep yourself fresh. You have to be able to create boundaries when you're doing time management and perfecting these skills. And you also have to learn how to delegate. So there are some tasks that you can do, but there are other things that you can have your colleagues, your children, your spouse, or somebody be able to do on your behalf. What I would strongly hope that you do when you've taken these things into consideration is maybe work on 3 this week. Okay. If you are to have any questions, definitely put them in the chat. I'd be delighted to answer them. I am the T. I wanted to make sure that I stuck to my 10 minutes. We're going over these things for you, and I will see you tomorrow. So today was time management. I'll talk to you later. Bye.